We're going to run them at the same time. So this is going to be your first erotic cupcake. I saw that on the schedule and I said, how is it you say it in German? Osterteufel? Which means, what the fuck? Oh, what's up? We're all friends here. We still have 7 minutes and 30 seconds before we will begin. The clock is ticking. Now, Dari and Eurofurence, they are the ones who run security here. And we use the word security, the better word is safety. They are here to make sure everyone is safe. Dari has not killed anyone recently, so you do not need to be afraid of him. Eurofurence, we don't know. He's always smiling. Apparently he likes his job. But we don't know. But they are here for your safety. And when they arrive, which will be in less than 6 minutes. There we go. Yes, it is always good to let fursuits switch your head. Do not return the favor. This is okay. But if he stops and I say, ooh, now I'll do this too, and I got a giant handful of fur, this will not grow back. There's a danger it will not grow back here either, but probably it will. I think the people in the door, they're waiting for the erotic cupcake out. I should probably stand up. Because I see a bunch of people. But I'm not going to stand up because we still have 5 minutes and 20 seconds. I try not to drink wine before noon. It's 4 minutes and 38 seconds before noon. In Germany, it's difficult. I was in Australia some time ago, and I was sitting down to my breakfast. It was very early in the morning, and some fellows came by with a glass of wine, and they put it in front of me, and I said, "You've got to be joking! It's early morning." And they said, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world." And when I looked at my watch, yes, where I'm from, it was 5 o'clock. So I drank. That made it legal. Okay, lesson number 2. Next year, larger group. Oh, this is a good question. For how many people is this really your first furry convention? Wow. Rita Coleman. How many people have been to other furry conventions who just want to see this because they think I'm going to get drunk and throw up on my shoes? You guys should be sitting in the back. The rest of the people who want to learn something sit. Okay. I don't know what plane of existence you come from, but this is either your first furry convention or it is not your first furry convention. Oh, I recognize you, Dr. Schrodinger, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good. We cannot tell if it is his first furry convention or not until we look inside his box. Who is Dari? Has someone a radio? Okay, a minute? You see, I have to tease Dari and say things about him that are maybe a little playful and insulting before he gets here. Because Dari has arms as big around as my waist. He used to be a Panzer Grenadier. He would lift the Panzers and put them places. So, once he comes in, I suddenly must be extremely respectful. And I'm watching him. He is not. So let's talk about it. We are at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Shouldn't trigger claws, sissy. I don't sing. Makes people upset. Kind of like that caterwauling and howling was out there earlier. I don't know. It sounded like somebody was stuffing a red-hot poker up the tail of a coyote, but... You should be. Stop. 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 Und wo ist Dari? Wir haben kein Dari. We are Dari-less. We are Eurofurence-less.
They are on their way.
Yeah, so is Christmas on its way. We are just over 1 month. Things start. Ah, I see Euroclast's hair glowing. And I see Dari's not hair coming.
Sorry, we have another body back.
Security call.
Sorry. Sorry, stop lying.
Oh, Mr. Yeah. Well, nine. Yes. We should stand when they cannot see us. We're going to start by having this man introduce himself.
Good morning, everyone. I am Eurofurence. Some of you might know me. I'm Chief of Security together with my friend Dari over there. And we try to make all this here less chaotic, which doesn't quite work yet, but we're trying our best. Today, together with, I'm coming here a pro with strange convention occurrences that we will try to introduce to you interesting tidbits and facts about the first Furry convention. Well, and I won't, so
Wait. Hello.
hello.
Okay, Duncan. Noise with your face. No, real English.
Hi, I'm Dari. I'm the other Chief of Security over here, and as it is tradition, as it is tradition, we're doing this panel together with Kaki. At least show you how to bypass the worst of the downfalls of the first convention.
Now, the thing is, most of the staff believe that I do not understand German. So they will sometimes start talking German in front of me, and that is what Nightfox and Cheetah did the other night, and I discovered why we do this panel together. According to their conversation that they did not know I was listening to, they want security to be present when I start drinking. very, very professional gentleman said, yes, welcome to your first furry convention. It's a lot of fun and everybody is here. We're going to have a good time. But you don't want your good time to be ruined by something that can be avoided. You don't want to do something that might get you in trouble or that might get you hurt. You do not want to get hurt when they're around. You also do not want to be in trouble when they're around, because they treat the two the same way. Now that's not true. These gentlemen are very, very professional. He's reaching for it. Oh, no, I'm not that way. oh, right. I'm going to do that too.
What is this? Why? Yeah, what is this? What Uncle Kage is professionally demonstrating here is an antibacterial and antiviral and alcohol-based. The only alcohol security is allowed to use during the convention. And the idea behind this is to get rid of all the concrete that you're being exposed to during the convention.
What is concrete?
Yeah, concrete.
Do we need the microphone? Can you hear us in the back?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, well, so what is concrete? That is a colloquial name for those people called the sniffles extra strong, or I feel really bad now and I want to die. Or somewhere along this spectrum, you have all kinds of interesting diseases. And since we are so many people from so many places all over the world, you will be exposed to a lot of different infection vectors, and to avoid getting sick on this convention, which would clearly ruin your fun, it's kind of useful to get yourself some of these gels or liquids which help you disinfect your hands before you touch your face, regularly after you hug people, just so you lower the infection.
What is more important than using disinfectant? Really wash your hands. As you all know, strange creatures like to breathe and do even more strange creatures. The outcome is pretty catastrophic, so please have the basis of hygiene. Have a shower a day, at least one. And please make sure that your immune system is up to date by keeping it healthy. Why?
Because, by the way, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm the kind of doctor who works for a living. Your body is an engine. It runs on fuel. If you do not give the engine the proper fuel, it will not run efficiently. Also, if you run the engine at all times and do not give it a rest, it will break down. You must rest. You must eat. Okay. Monster energy drink is not food. That is not
I disagree.
food. You must get proper food because the immune system is the first thing to go. And we have seen it. We have seen people getting sick. They got their eyes are watering and then they always do the same thing. Oh, Uncle Kage, I'm very busy. Now, and you will see this, and everyone's going to laugh. Everyone is going to laugh, and every year they laugh. There are some of you here who are so excited and having so much fun, you will forget to eat. Good, they didn't laugh. They're taking it seriously. Because they do. They do. Usually it's Friday in the night, Saturday. When is this? Yes?
At the latest, yeah.
Yep.
We're starting even earlier, getting earlier.
Yeah. The security call will come in. There is a person in trouble in the lobby, and the person usually is standing in the corner. I'm going to stand up and hold this. He's standing there like. And then Ari will come and he will ask the question.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
When was the last time you had something to eat?
What time? Monday. Well, hear that?
Yes, we are serious. We have that every year. People actually forget to eat for days. Then they collapse and they wonder why. can be a lot of fun, and it can be a rush for some of you. But please, please take the the 6 to 1 rule. Forgot about it. Take the 6 to 1 rule serious, meaning 6 hours of sleep each day, non-interrupted. Sleep perfectly. Okay. 2 meals a day, warm meals, proper food 2 times a day, and please have 1 shower. Yes.
That's an interesting thing about the human body. Our nose is very weak. Of the entire animal kingdom, we have the worst nose. Because if there is an odor after about 4 minutes, we can no longer smell it. That means you cannot smell yourself. We can. Believe me, we can. I'm not going to make any jokes about French people. Okay, I have a lot of... Okay, now I'm going to tell them a bit of history. I was talking to a French person in Normandy, and I asked, what is this about French people and not wanting to take baths? And he said that goes back to the war. At that time, glycerin was rationed, and glycerin is what you make soap from. So people were not able to get soap, and they did not have the ability to take a bath. And when the Americans and the British and the Canadians and all those other foreigners arrived, they saw all these French people who had not taken baths, and they started to think, well, French people don't bathe, they must be dirty. And that's what my friend said to me, and I said, okay, when are you going to start again? Oh, that's terrible. Okay, but it is true. How many people here have gotten into a lift and stood there and said, is that me? No, it probably is not. It's probably the guy. Let's distract them. Look at us. Don't look over there. Look at us. So that is the 6-2-1 rule. Now, what is it about the 6? They're not here to sleep. They're here to have fun and to party, aren't they?
Yes, of course they are. The 6 hours of sleep are a great thing. Of course, it doesn't apply to staff, so don't worry if you see some zombies shuffling around on the halls. What else is there to say? Well, give me a hint there. What were we hinting at?
Well, hinting at that if you do not sleep, that's when the immune system will crash.
Right.
And you get sick. Now, you mentioned it does not apply to staff. What does a staff member look like?
Nice, thank you very much. A staff member are those people who actually sell their life to the con, and
Their life, not their life.
not their life. Yeah, well, no, they give that away for free. So staff members are usually identified by a certain lanyard color, orange. Usually, I look important enough as it is.
Is there a staff member here?
Here? Yeah, sure.
Here.
There, over there. Right in front of you.
A staff member.
Yeah. So this is orange. Yeah, for the record. These are staff members who basically work at the convention all the time and help out where they can. And you will see a lot of those in the art show, in the dealer stand, busily humming around or carrying stuff around. If you need specific help out a certain section, if you're in the art show and have a question, you can either look for one of those staffers and ask them, or of course what we also have is security, which can be identified by these logos here. Most of them carried on their arm for better visibility, but we are all here to help you. So if there's any question about the rules or anything else you need to know, scheduling things, refer to the con book. Nobody ever reads it, but try still to read the con book. It gives you a lot of very good hints for your first Furry con. There's one. There's one. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of those brassards.
Also, I noticed this is the lanyard. Now, is this official this year? It is a black lanyard with red rings. Says EF Security. And we will have this. And you will notice if you are excited and you're upset and you're worried about being understood, you have some flags here that describe the languages that this security person can speak. This gentleman can speak German, he can speak English, and he can speak sideways French. Thank you. And I noticed that, this gentleman speaks English, German, and foxtrot.
Monochrome Japanese.
Monochrome Japanese.
That's just internal. That's not used for you, just so you don't have to feel it.
Yours.
Yeah, it's kind of our internal team structure. So we can, especially in the evenings when there's party outside, and maybe people outside who may not be too friendly. It's Berlin after all. We have a couple of teams set up, 2 each night, from 1900 in the evening to 800 in the morning, to assist with anything that occurs. And those teams are structured and are marked like this, but you really don't need to care. If you need security, just in the worst case, raise your arm and call for security or help in general, and people will help you. Especially if your immune system takes a dive. Because we're not only security, we also have 8 medics here. Professional medics, of course, who usually have a response time of well under 30 seconds. And they can assist you with anything from a scratch to a heart attack. However, they cannot hand out medic drugs or anything else.
They can provide emergency first aid, but then they must summon the professional, the Krankenwagen. No headaches. Incidentally, you're here to have a lot of fun. You don't want to spend part of your first furry convention at the hospital. That's not fun, because they stick you with needles and terrible things like that. What else? Oh, the cute part. This is the part we need the cute ones. What? Oh, forgot about them. About these. I beg your pardon? You never say that to an American. When you say you're yellow to an American, you're calling him a coward. Okay. Anyway, that's called the Dari look. That one. So, what does this mean? Why do I have a yellow lanyard?
Because you have too much money.
Not anymore, yes. Sponsor lanyard. These are people who gave extra money to the convention. Now, it is important to remember the difference. They did not give money to get neat things back. Yes, the sponsors get certain little rewards, but the bulk of that money is just extra, which goes to pay for things like, oh, this hotel. Because it does cost a lot of money to be able to make this convention work. I don't know what the budget for Eurofurence is, but I know what the budget for Anthrocon is. If you don't know, I run Anthrocon in the US. Anthrocon's budget has exceeded $500,000 every year, which is about 86 euros, I believe. At the current exchange, a little more, 89. So, you should be very, very nice to the sponsors because they helped make this happen, and especially to the orange lanyards because they do this for free. Nobody here is paid. All of these people are volunteers. They're taking their holiday time, and what are they getting for it? Aggravation, lack of sleep. They'll get the con crud first. They don't get any reward out of this other than seeing you happy. And that's good enough for them. So the staff deserves an extra big round. Is it the cute part now? We can do the cute part now. What? Oh, the purple ones. The red, what are the red ones?
Those that actually sold their body.
The purple one, they are the super sponsors. They are just lousy with money. Lousy without it too, but no. They basically gave a metric shit ton of money. I didn't realize we had purple lanyards here. I thought I was colorblind.
And even though we have all those sponsors we're really, really thankful for, we all use that extra money to make the entire conference cheaper. Maybe you already said that it's much cheaper. It's a real essential part. So there's no need to show envy or anything. If there's a special queue for super sponsors, for example, they made it possible to get those cheap rates we already have. Additionally, all the volunteers here are volunteers. We have not a single staffer or director or whatever else who's actually paid for this work here, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But it's kind of brain damage. So we're doing this for you to have fun, just like this here, and of course we hope you do. Cute one. Time for cute stuff. Yeah, take a cute one. Let's get you fluffy. Yeah.
Just don't listen to this one. He's lying to you.
Lion.
We went one way. I went an angel dragon up here just because it's yes, just go. That's telephone's second cousin on your father's side. Okay. What are these?
Furry.
They are fursuiters. We are all furries. These are fursuiters.
Fur.
In a suit. Any questions? Now, for many of you, this might be your first time actually encountering fursuits. There are certain things that you want to do around the fursuits and certain things you do not want to do around the fursuits. And we are here to teach you the etiquette of fursuits so that you do not accidentally hurt them or the people inside them, or you do not accidentally look like a stupid tourist. Where should we begin? The eyesight. Actually, I think the lion and the extremely colossal towering canine will be good for this. I'm going to need this chair here behind you. Okay, all right.
Be a chairman.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Now I am almost as tall as he is. Okay, we are going to take our hands at the sides, and we are going to bring them into the middle, and they are going to put up their paws to tell you when they can see our hands. Okay, ready? So what you see is a very, very narrow range of vision. Step down. I'm stuck. Keep going. We have a very, oh, there we are. That was pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to try this. Put your paws down. You're going to raise your paws over your head, out to the sides, and over your head, when you see my hand come up from the bottom. All right? So this is the bottom of the vision. So what is the point of this exercise? We want to show you that even though you can see their eyes, they cannot see you. If you are seeing this fursuiter and it's all cute and everything and it's standing here and it's kind of looking in that direction and you say, oh, what an adorable fursuit, I'm going to jump on it and hug it like they do in the anime shows. Lion! I've just broken his spine. Okay, once again, they're all laughing. How many times do you get a medical call from a fursuiter who says, somebody jumped on me?
Usually they take it like a trooper, but way too often. So they expect it by now, which is unfortunate, and we would like to avoid that. So be smart. Don't hug a fursuiter from outside the range of vision.
And there is a simple bit of etiquette. If you want to hug the fursuiter, ask first. Because if you walk up to a fursuiter and you've just been eating some fine German chocolate and it's all over your face and all over your hands, and you come up, oh, I'm going to hug the puppy! We see people do that too. You know, they just spilled wine all over their lab coat. Hug the lion. We see that happen at least once a year. Without their field of vision? Okay, I will introduce the angel dragon. Here's something I see very often. Okay, hold this, please. Okay. You're going to walk forward. Excuse me. Now, that's a mean thing to do. She didn't see me coming. She didn't know that she... That is a good segue. If you want to pet a fursuiter, also ask first. Oh, may I? Is it okay? Yes. Don't like this. You'll tear out the fur. These suits might cost 2,000, 3,000, 6,000 euros. These suits can be extremely expensive. And if you pull out the fur, you will damage it. That's a very expensive damage. And in some cases, it cannot be repaired. Do not rake your fingers on the suit. You gently, delicately, without chocolate or wine, do this. And never, never, never pet a fursuiter on the chest. Because you might not know the answer to the question that I just asked. You understand what I'm saying, yes? It is rude, it is bad form to pet a fursuiter on the chest. Because you might hear a voice inside say, watch it, buddy. Not that I've ever heard that. I would hope that we wouldn't have to say that. Excuse me, don't I remember hearing someone say that you're not supposed to... Dari, look. Anyway, if you were to go to the local shopping mall or to a theater or something, if you would not do it to a random person walking by on the street, don't do it to a fursuiter. I don't know why I have to say this. Actually, why do I have to say this?
Because people do?
Yes.
Oh, and while we're at it, yes, fursuiters are cute. There are some really, really beautiful ones out there. Don't ever get a crush on a fursuit. Ever. If you have walked through the fursuit lounge, you will know why. You will never know who's inside.
Don't always show it in the first case.
In general.
Same thing not to do. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, now, these fursuiters, some of them have very, very large paws. And some people like that, okay? But some of these fursuiters have very large paws. That can make it difficult to walk or to go up or down stairs. It is perfectly acceptable, in fact, encouraged. If you see a fursuiter walking towards something that looks like it may be a hazard, tell the fursuiter, wait, look down. Because remember this, the fursuiter may not know that there are stairs here. They may not see them. It's okay to do, but if you're sitting with your feet out here and the fursuiter walks that way, don't assume they will see it. They cannot. So imagine every fursuiter has a white cane with a red tip on it doing this. Let's see, what else? Oh, it is not an actual rule about the lifts, or is it?
We are going to make it.
You're gonna make it one. And that rule is, you haven't said anything for what? What is it about fursuiters and lifts?
Basically, fursuiters are very delicate little flowers, and they actually get priority on our elevators. So we have the elevator problem you're probably aware of, limited capacity, and fursuiters need to get to places fast, because otherwise they'll be overheating. And they'll be overheating in less than 10 minutes.
This is good what they're doing. This is a universal
Yeah.
That is,
oh my
that is
God.
a fursuiter saying,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
That is, I'm in trouble, I need to cool down, so you can get me somewhere where I can take my hat off.
Yeah.
The other one. That is why we have a fursuit lounge, and if you are able, please guide such a fursuiter to the fursuit lounge, or at least to a more or less secluded area to allow them to take off their head, sit down ideally, just assist them if possible. That's something everyone can and should do. It's pretty much first aid for fursuiters. First aid. Yeah. So.
I'm also going to emphasize, if a fursuiter is doing this, it's cute, but that may also signal a life-threatening situation. You can become very seriously ill from too much heat. You can die from too much heat. If you get overheated and you're dehydrated and you get what we call heat, well, there's heat stroke, heat prostration, they call it all sorts of things. People die from these. And this is a good segue. This is something I've had happen. What is a fox? Big fox? Bush? It's blue. Okay, careful. Okay, you just kind of half sit on the table. Don't sit all the way on the table. Okay. Okay, and head down like this. The arms down here. Yeah. Okay, just like that. People will come by and they'll say, "Oh, how cute!" I am so tweeting this. That's adorable. Yeah, okay. I've seen this happen. I have seen a fursuiter in very much this position. It's also considered very polite to go and say, "Are you okay?" Make sure there's no child. That's fine. Great. Leave them alone at that point. But I have done this, and the fursuiter has said nothing. And then it's, "Hey, can you hear me?" And the fursuiter has still said nothing. That's when it's, "Security, yes, sir, au secours." Now remember, if an emergency ambulance crew arrives to this situation, they're not going to take the time to carefully take off the suit. They're going to get out a large pair of scissors, and they will cut off the suit. So, again, if a fursuiter looks to be in distress, help them out. They like it when you help them out. But do it smart. There was a fursuiter who was in the lobby looking very overheated, and I said to him, "Would you like me to help you?" And he said, I'm feeling very hot. And I said, "Well, I'll take you somewhere to put off your head." He said, "No, I just need some water." Well, his fursuit head, he didn't have, it's like he couldn't really fit a straw or something in here. So I said, "Oh wait, I have an idea. I'll get a piece of ice, and you can maybe suck on this ice, and this will then give you water and will cool you down." Brilliant, I'm a scientist. I thought of this. So I went, I got a piece of ice from the bar, and I went to the fursuiter. I said, "Okay, head up, okay, up, open, and I will put the piece of ice." I was never good at basketball. The piece of ice went down into here, and this was the start of the fursuit dance competition.
Hi. We're talking about head loss. Why don't fursuiters pull off their head in public? Why do they go to the fursuit lounge?
It would ruin the magic.
Exactly, because it looks like shit when you walk around in a fursuit without a head.
Because it's all wet.
Yeah, so we really don't like it anywhere in the community. Unfortunately, there's a trend going on in other communities, not here. to walk around headless. No, most fursuiters don't do that. It's an unwritten rule since ages that you don't take off your hat in public. That's why they need to go to the fursuit lounge, and that's why they always have priority when they need to go into an elevator or somewhere else.
And one thing that's it's kind of new, because I never thought I'd have to tell this to people. Don't grab a fursuiter by the muzzle and try to shake his head around, because he may have a very, very tight-fitting head, and if you do this, you're doing this now to his neck. And it's going to cause injury. We get fursuit injuries every year. There's a question. Yes? How to take a picture with the fursuiter? You use a flash. It's very, very easy.
I want to avoid that because
Well, let's find out about that. Let's see.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here. I'll use the line. Okay.
Okay. Step one. Ask if you can take the picture. May I take a picture? And he will nod, and he might even pose or something. And then don't be this guy. Okay. Wait. Yeah, okay. Okay, ready? Okay. Close up, ready? Okay, here you go. There, all right, yeah, okay. Don't do that either, because now he's blind, and all I have is a picture of a big eye. How to take a picture of a fursuiter in the dark? You need to be better photographer. You can a flash, but warn them. I have a flash coming. If you could get to a brighter area, that would work too. And here's another one that's very popular today. Don't do this. Excuse me. I'm taking video. With the first, let them know what you're doing, okay? And do not never take a picture of a fursuit if the suit is not complete. If they've taken off their hands or their head, no pictures then. That's bad.
And illegal.
Red light, yes you can. Just make sure they know it's coming. Because he still sees big green spots in front of his eyes right now. You can, you can focus on whatever part of him sticks out the most, because, like his nose, because that will be the closest part to the camera. So you want to try to focus on his nose or his eyes. Some facial recognition software will recognize this as a face. Many more times, the software will focus on the badge as the face, but that's okay. All right, what else? We could pull on the dragon. We could do that.
Yeah, it's very full.
Yes, it's shiny. It's a beautiful tail, right? Don't pull it. People will do that. Not so much at these conventions, but if people from outside come in, they will grab the tail and pull. I don't know why, that hurts. Don't do that. And it is also being a good neighbor. If you see a fursuit and there's a lot of children around, take the time to be what we call a spotter. Just kind of stand close, because remember this, a small child running up will not be seen. And I wish you had been on the plane with me on the way from New York. That would have solved everything. But it is a good thing if you see the fursuiter who obviously does not know a child is walking up to say, look down to your right. And then they will see the child. And they will not hurt the child. Or worse, they will not trip over the child. Or worse still, they will see that the child has chocolate all over its face and hands. And then they can run away.
And before we set those cute little ones back to the seats,
Sorry?
please Don't walk into the wellness areas in fursuits. Yeah, of course. If we have a lot of children from outside running around in the lobby and they are pulling on fursuits, you should, if possible, intervene. But please be careful with children. It's not as much as you want to.
This is really the magic of fursuiting. They can do this, and it's adorable. If there were 3 random construction workers up here doing this, I'd be calling the police. Help! This one must be French. He was trying to steal my wine. Êtes-vous français? Français? Deutsche? Niederlander? Ah, I should have known. You can tell, because all people from the Netherlands are this big. That's in case the dike breaks. This is an evolutionary. Each one of these is a semi-Niederlander. They have to stand on top of each other to make one easy boot.
Bit more in the lifeboat.
There you go. Now, if this was 2 random construction workers here, I would be calling the police. Okay, not all Dutch people will. These are the ones that live in the windmills. They're already up over the water. Yes. Okay. Oh, let's let Gyroplast handle this one. What? We don't need to talk about that. That's silly. We're not going to talk about that. No, we'll let Gyro.
Sorry?
Yeah, I might need to leave sometime soon. Hey, were you pointing at the... Yeah, right. Code Kage, yeah. Give me that. Alright, there's another topic we'd like to stress, which is drinking responsibly. Which basically means we're responsible to provide large enough containers.
There is a question.
And what we already had on the... Hi!
Hi. Yay! Say, how much does a fursuiter hear?
Yeah, that's very different. We can pick this up. But first, you can't hear squat. So if you ever had a motorcycle helmet on you, possibly plugged with a radio or something, that's quite comparable. They don't hear much. You need to get really close if you want to talk to them, and they don't really want to talk with their head on if it can be possibly avoided for that reason.
And if you want to talk into their ear, not up here, down here.
Usually it's somewhere near the face, and they come closer to you just right, because they know you have no chance otherwise to talk to them.
All right, get a room.
That's the next topic, yeah. So, drinking responsibly does not mean, starting before noon. No, seriously, we already had on Tuesday night our first person who needed an escort to his room because his intake was slightly over par. And we don't take lightly to that. It's really, really friggin' dangerous. Because if you pass out somewhere outside in Berlin, we're not going to pick you up because we have no idea where you are. And we don't like that, really. So. Yeah, absolutely. You'll name for you as well.
Is there a guarding fence between the canal and here?
Yeah.
Is it enough that somebody from cannot get on the other side of it? It's enough so we can go run into the canal.
Yeah. Yeah. Fursuiters are fuzzy.
They do shit.
Do tell. Right. So, rehydration is an important topic when drinking because alcohol might be based on water, but adding additional water, especially if you had enough as an alternative, is a very smart idea and might help you survive the next morning. Because it would be a shame if you woke up at around 5 p.m. and missed half of the con. So, drink what you must, keep your beverage containers which you did not buy from the hotel in your pockets, outside, out of the lobby, out of the front area, Don't show them around. Don't. Yeah, you know, beer. Everyone loves beer, but just don't try to stack it up to the ceiling of your room. That would be really awesome. Also, trolleys from the local Kmart's, whatever. Don't quite push them into the elevator and bring them up to your room. It doesn't leave a good first-year impression to the hotel. So try to be smart about it. Be a nice guest. That would be very much appreciated. And watch yourself. Ideally, get a friend to look out for you. If you're out drinking, have a trip sitter. Just someone that stays mostly sober and can tell you, go home. It helps a lot. Especially on room parties.
By the way, are we finished with our amazing fursuiters who helped us out up there? No? Are we finished with all the non-lion fursuiters? Thank you very much. You guys, let's have a hand. I like him, except I see what's inside. Moving right along. You could take him to the room later, but if you, well, okay, we're here to see old friends and to make new friends. Sometimes you will make new friends and the relationship will, as we say, blossom. You will become very close and you will go to your room, please. Go to your room. Not the lobby, not the street outside, not the canal, not in the back seat of that squad car, but your room. And remember, you've only just met this person. There are plenty of ways to be safe, if you know what I mean. A single mistake could cost you a lot. We want to see you here for many years to come. Do not disappoint us. Do not make us sad. Is everyone clear on what I'm trying to say? Keep it safe. If you cannot keep it safe, it's not worth doing. And getting back to this topic, train yourself. If you are an inexperienced drinker, I am an experienced drinker. I have trained myself to be able to handle this. Oh, did I make you spit that out? Train yourself. I wanted it to come out of his nose. If a friend says to you, I think it's time to stop, it's time to stop. Because your friend is trying to tell you something. What your friend is trying to tell you, in whatever language is, you're acting like a really big dickweed. Stop it. Anything else? Oh, we should let you talk about that. Oh, we should let Eurofurence talk about that.
Sure. I don't know.
Something.
It's too far away. I don't know my reading glasses. Approaching famous people. Yeah, I'm perfectly suitable for this. We don't have any famous people around here. Just that crazy old coot over here. And
No, that's too.
oh wait, that's crazy. Not quite as
Crazy middle-aged. That's
Works
true.
for me.
If you haven't seen To the Ranting Griffin, you must. He'll be performing when? How do I know when To is performing?
Not my department, not my problem.
But wait a minute. I think I have something that looks like this. What could this possibly be? This was in your con book. And if you do not have one of these, you can get it at registration. This is a schedule, and it tells you when everything is happening. You can see that To the Ranting Griffin will be on stage at 2200 on Friday night. And, oh, immediately before that is Foxamore Live. Come Find Me. That is at 20. And then before that, there's
Huge amounts of other stuff. Guest of honor panels. Yeah, glad. Your story hour. Stand-up comedy hour? Nah, we're not doing comedy. That's more like really, really sad. What do you explain there?
I think that could be it. I think it left me.
Well, isn't that worth rejoicing? For you, I mean.
Yes.
Yes. Just so
I'm glad you added that.
relaxation, you know.
Oh, no, here it is. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm on tonight. Fuck, I'm on tonight. Jesus Christ. Shit. Tonight. Oh, God.
Get another glass.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. You have to see Tudor Anti-Griffin tomorrow, and you absolutely must see Fox some more. And if you've got nothing to do tonight except go up in your room and watch the paint peel off the walls, I'll be performing at 8.
Most likely. However, questions like this regarding programming or general when is happening something where is best directed to Konos. If you don't yet know where Konos is located, how to reach Konos, they have an office with opening hours during the event schedule. If you go towards the elevators to wing 3, to the left of the elevators, left side, the first open door basically. It's marked as the Konos office. If you have any questions, approach those. Or if you have your conbook with you or your pocket program, that should answer most questions, especially the conbook regarding the performers and interesting tidbits to know about the performers, so you can make an informed choice what is worth your precious time. Yeah.
Now we will talk about approaching famous people. Okay, I'm going to ask Dari to be the famous person. Stand up. Stand up. You're going to be a famous person. Here we have a celebrity. A celebritard, yes. Okay, the famous person is going to be standing here, right? Now, there are several ways I can approach a famous person, a celebrity. Oh, this is a person I've always wanted to meet.
Oh my God!
This is the wrong way. But it happens. It happens. It happens to me. I don't know why, but it does. Then there's also this one. Don't do that. I don't know why you do it. Don't do that. This is the right way. Excuse me. Aren't you that very famous person I was here to see? Mike, yes you are. You're wearing a badge, a con badge that identifies you as a guest. I'm very pleased to meet you. I've followed your work since I don't know when. I really am very honored. Look, I don't want to keep you. I'm sure you're very busy, but later sometime I'd be very honored to buy you a drink at the bar. Okay. That works really good on me. I will also show you what doesn't work. I'm going to ask you to step forward. And remember, everything we tell you about, we tell you because it's happened. Don't be this guy either.
Oh God.
I can still feel that. Like a dead fish on the top. That will not make me think highly of you. It will make me tell stories about you. Yes, I'm going to need some of that myself.
we sometimes...
It happened! I swear to God, it happened!
Actually, after that, people are just flogging around somebody all the time. Eurofurence 13, I will never forget, the guest of honor was hassled by people the entire evening. And when he was stepping into the elevator, alone with me, he was standing like this. And I didn't say anything, obviously. So, when we went to the 8th floor, we went out and he stopped, turned around and said, "Thank you for not talking to me."
It's the little things. What can we do if those famous people cannot pay as an elevator or in the dealer stand?
They call you.
Yeah, of course. Either that, that's another part of etiquette.
Yes, the dealers. That's a good point. The dealers room. We have a dealers room. That is some direction from here. That way. Yeah, well, there are. Ursula Vernon is in there. Gideon is in there. Darth Natasha is in there. Tanya Dariel is in there. These are people you would. This is your chance to meet them. You will see them. But remember, when they're in the dealer's room, this is their place of work. This is their job that they are doing. They are here to do their job because they need to make money. So, if you want to talk to them in the dealer's room, there's also a correct way and an incorrect way. So I'm going to ask Euroclass. Now here's what you're going to do. You are the most... This is Gideon. This is the most famous artist, furry artist in America. Yep. And here we have a gentleman, this here. He wants to buy Gideon's art portfolio. Which is... I'll give you green money. He likes green money. It's green money. That's about what it's worth today. Okay, so here is Gideon at his table, and here is a fan who would like to buy Gideon's CDs. Oh my God, you're Gideon! Oh gee, I've been followed. Oh, look at this! I've been. Oh, can I shake your hand? This is amazing. Hey, did I tell you my washer overflowed this morning? There was water all over the floor, and I didn't know what to do. So what I had to do was I had to get my fursuit out of the closet and put it on the floor to soak up all the water, and that's why I'm not wearing it, because it's... People do this! I've seen them do it. I've seen them do it to Gideon. Gideon and I used to have a signal where he would kind of do this, scratch his eye, that was his come help me. And one day I wasn't paying attention, and he had these bloody claw marks. So we don't do that anymore. Okay, this is the right way to do it. Say. Okay, you're the customer. Your customer approach. This is the right way to do it. Say, you're Gideon. You are the... Oh, excuse me.
Give me all your money.
That's Gideon, It is their place of work. If there's a customer here, step to the side. And don't step in front of this dealer's table. You'll find a spot where you're not in the way. This will make the dealer like you a lot more. It will, believe me, because there's not a lot of people who are polite in the dealer's room. Pardon, more of them will stand here in front of the table and keep talking to them, and then customers don't come by.
You get those pleading eyes towards the security guard way over there, and a huge amount of people behind the dealer's table clogging up all the rest of the room, which is very unfortunate because the dealer's den is the access to the art show as well. Don't cross me. It wasn't worth much anyway. Armed assault. That was armed assault, definitely. So, in any case, if there's any unwanted contact of any kind, of course that also applies to you. You have a right to remain silent and endure it like a trooper. No, if you have one of those crazy, weird people feeling you up, we have helpful assistants around the corner, which will gladly take care of it in one way or the other. Don't do the kinky stuff in public, please. So yes, all jokes aside, if you're being held up or raped by chance, of course you have helpful security around. Ask them for help, or just make absolutely clear that you do not enjoy that contact. In case people are really annoying, you can get help really easily. Yeah.
It boils down to a simple rule. The word no, in whatever your language is, means no. 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 Niet. Nein. Nay. All those others. But
also, in case of some more delicate things, we do have female security members, we do have female paramedics and female psychologists on the team. So if you need to talk about something in a more private setup, we can deal with that as well. So please do not hesitate to approach us if we have any problem.
So no means no. You get one. If someone says no, that's the end of the conversation. If the conversation continues, it will continue with one of these gentlemen. Let's just remember that from both sides of the equation. What's next? Conbook. We have a conbook to show them, right? You guys brought a conbook.
Not my department.
Anybody got a convo?
Somebody brought a conbook. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much. We had a conbook. The conbook which the staff worked very, very hard to put together, and which costs a lot of money to produce, and which 0.2% of you will even open. You should look at it. There is useful material in here. Oh, look, another copy of the schedule is in here. There's, little stories, some information about the guests of honor, some incredible artwork, and what is this? What is this? Rules of conduct. What is this all about?
You're the evil one.
It's just a list of all the things we had before. No, seriously, there's not a single rule in those rule set that we wouldn't have without a reason. Everything in there has happened. I'm not kidding. So please try to adhere to them. It's common knowledge. If you follow, don't be a dick. It works. It will not be easy to read this. But also please try not to play a lawyer about rules. Please try not to bend them, because we're pretty allergic to that. Kage can tell you a beautiful story about some guy in his lobby, I think.
Yes. We don't like what we call the rules lawyer. The person who reads the rules and then tries to find a way around the rule. There is one single rule beyond everything written in here, and that is, don't make Dari mad. That is the rule. If it's going to make Dari mad, it doesn't matter if it's written in here or not. Let me tell you a story. Amphicon, when it began as Amphicon, when I took it over, we had our rules of conduct which listed the weapons that were prohibited. And every year the list got longer. You may not have pistols, you may not have rifles, flintlock or automatic. You may not have folding knives, you may not have hunting knives, you may not have balisong knives, you may not have this, it became a 2-page list of weapons that you could not bring into the convention. And I thought, well, we're covered. Until I went down to the lobby and saw a gentleman playing with a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Really? And I went up to him like this and he said, "It's not in the list." He was right, it wasn't. That's when our rules of conduct got shortened to basically, don't make Kage mad. Listen, oh, do you have a list? Oh, where's it start? Ah, yes. Any action or behavior that causes significant interference with convention operations, as this sounds very familiar, excessive discomfort to other attendees, or adversely affects Eurofurrence's relationship with its guests, its venue, or the public is strictly forbidden and may result in permanent suspension of membership. This rule supersedes all others and may be invoked at any time when we want to.
I think professionals call it a benevolent dictatorship. Nothing benevolent about it. Yeah. This is seriously, the gift is, we're all guests here in this fine venue. We all want to have fun, even us. It happens sometimes. And it's grumpy cat. Yeah, he needs a grumpy cat badge with stripes. Tiger souls. Okay. So this fine venue is with us for the first year. As many of you, how many of you are here for the first year? Anyway, did you already ask that?
Yes. Well, let's see it again so people came in. That's
Yeah.
This is your first year.
Oh my, yeah, sure. Well, welcome again. So, this is our first year here. We will have growing pains. We still need to get along with each other, and of course it helps a lot if every one of you tries to be a good guest. Leave a tip and not a mess is the motto here. So, it might not be perfect yet. We are aware of the elevator situation in particular, which we would like to talk about once more. And unfortunately, we don't even have the staircases available for good reasons I don't want to mention, because I think the hotel doesn't want to have that. But they're closed for good reason, and they're closed to protect our attendants and our guests. So unfortunately, all we have is elevators, and we put up those signs there for a reason. You might have seen them, maximum of 8 persons in there. Stick to it. The things are already breaking down, not only because they were overloaded beyond any capacity capable of human understanding. Seriously, like 20 people. Yeah, I have no idea. Furries are stackable. We have a third dimension, and they have found it. Incredulity aside, don't overload them, and some people made it a sport to put them out of order on purpose by jumping on them until it got stuck. And that happened half a dozen times a day recently, or per hour sometimes. And it's really, really, really straining our relationship to the hotel, and it makes everything worse for everyone, because we have certain elevators in the order, especially Ring 2. Please stick to this. I would really love that.
I want to add that the hotel does not employ an elevator mechanic. When the elevator breaks, they must bring in a repair person from the elevator company. This costs the hotel money. And if it happens too much, then it's going to cost Eurofurence money. It already costs a lot to put this on. Don't make it happen, because that will make Dari mad.
Won't only cost money, it'll also, if there's parts needed, up to 3 days to get them. So those elevators would be out for good. Not good.
I want to add something. If you want to go up, just press on up, not down too.
Very Yeah, right. That's one of those common sense things I always forget, because they're so obvious, really. Those elevators have 2 nice red arrows on top of them. Those show where the elevator is going to go next. That's Future 2. Future 1? Damn, I'm not a grammar Nazi, sorry. So, what? Yeah. Grammar Nazi. Oh,
I didn't think you were allowed to say that.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do. Grandpa?
You want a pepper spray?
Not yet, not yet.
Are there any stairs that are officially open?
Officially.
Yeah, we do know that the situation with the stairs is annoying. We know that. You have a few possibilities to get around the elevators. For example, elevators in the ring number 2, that's above the front entrance, are always overloaded. In the other rings, they're almost unused. So all wings are interconnected with bridges on the first and the second level. So if you need to go to the first or the second level, take an elevator in some other ring and then just walk over there. You'll be 10 times faster. Also, the staircase in ring number 3 is completely open on every level. You can use the entire staircase to go up and down. The problem is, it's only that one, because there are panel rooms in that, and that's the reason why it's open. The others are locked for safety reasons, and they may not be stuck open with chairs. These are fire doors. If a fire alarm is going off and they are not closed, we have a problem. So please do not stuck them open. Also, each staircase goes down all the way to the underground parking lot. Without any alarm, you can go out there. The fastest way to go down is go into the staircase wherever you are, all the way down, and then you're in the smoker's lounge. Just take the little staircase up, and then you're in the lobby again. That's the fastest way down and will serve a lot of purpose, okay?
So going down, use any staircase. Did we already mark those?
No.
Of course not.
It offers the beer.
Yeah.
Fair.
Bear.
If I say beer, that's
Beer with us, yeah, have a beer. Later on Monday or something. So, staircase down, and if the little elevator light shows up, it's going up. So if you're going down, don't enter. Doesn't make sense. It won't go any faster. Good. What about the elevators? What else do we have? Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, nice going there. For changes. Yeah. You might have seen those sprinklers up there, those little metal hookish looking thingies.
They are not sprinklers.
They're not sprinklers?
No. They call it
Oh
sprinklers.
yeah, right, they call them sprinklers, they're real detectors, but whatever.
No. They call it sprinklers. Those are fountains.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's what.
No, it's called a sprinkler. It is actually a violent gusher, is what it is.
It doesn't sound too nice on formal papers, though. So.
Yes. Sprinkler. Sounds like a nice shower. No, that will knock your head off your shoulders if it goes on.
Yeah, and it will go off if that little glass tube inside is broken, which will usually happen if the heat reaches a certain level.
Or if you hang a fursuit from it.
Whoever would do such a silly thing, I ask?
You want a list of names?
So, it's actually felony in Germany to manipulate these kinds of devices. Don't even think about covering up those detectors or fiddle with sprinklers, the violent gushing sprinklers in any way. Just leave your hands off. Don't smoke anything in your rooms, not even those vaporizers or anything. If you have a vaporizer, you may use it in the lobby area, in the lower front. They kind of set it up there so it won't cause an alarm. Either in the lobby area with vaporizers, not usual cigarettes, or outside as usual. Just having maybe fire area when the campfire is going. No problem at all. We have a room there. Not in your room. We have very little time if one of those things goes off to find the cause before it costs us several thousands of euros and a huge amount of fire trucks arrives in front of the drive-thru. We would like to avoid that costs in the future. So that's that maybe what else is important for first time? Is there something I must miss, for example? Oh, talking about not missing something, I think I have to go. Oh yeah. Run. Oh, take it. It's dangerous out there. All right, thank you very much. I'm off for now.
Must not miss events. I mentioned To the Ranting Griffin, who will be performing tomorrow night. And we, of course, talk some more. And later today, the incredible acrobatics of Sarduan, all the way from Japan. He is a masterful performer. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see him here at Eurofurence, so I do recommend that. Also for first-timers, on behalf of the convention, I do offer an apology and a plea for understanding. When this hotel was contracted, the anticipation was that 1,200 people were going to attend. So they contracted enough space so that 1,200 people could see all of the events. They did not expect 2,200 people to show up. The event rooms, we know they're small. We know there's not enough room. We are very, very sorry for that. Trust me, we're working on that for next year. We do not anticipate any problems with that because the Estral is saying 2,200 people. They'll give us the space we need, don't worry. Excellent. Next year, I'm told, we're getting the whole convention hall. Press the Estral enough, they may even consider building another hotel tower for you. I've been trying to do that for 9 years and it hasn't worked. Oh, yeah. This bothers me. Every year, when I try to do something at Amphicon, Eurofurence does better. I had a brand new type of venue that was big and was amazing. They got a type of venue that was more amazing. I came up with a plastic badge that can be printed, but there was a problem because it kept turning backwards and you couldn't see. They came up with the double-sided badge. I had the highest percentage of fursuiters to attendees, and then they got a higher percentage of fursuiters to attendees. I had the slowest elevators. And so forth. I got to use that one tonight. That'll be fun. So yes, there's not enough space this year, but if you cannot get into an event, Eurofurence has something unique in the form of EF Prime. You can either go to the lobby or to the comfort of your hotel room and you will turn your television to channel number 130. 130, and they will be broadcasting what's happening on the main stage. So if you cannot get in, you can at least go to your room and watch it there. Again, it's not optimal. We are sorry, but the one thing I can guarantee you for Eurofurence, I've been coming to Eurofurence for 13 years now, and I am very confident. If something goes wrong one year, it will never go wrong again, because they certainly learn from things that go wrong, and that is the hallmark of a fine convention. The only thing they have to work on is having things start on time. Dari, comment. How many people here are not from Berlin? Okay. You need to know that ever since, remember that the city has an unfortunate history of the Cold War and all that. Berlin is in a separate time zone from the remainder of Europe. It is actually 1.5 hours later in the rest of the world than it is here. So if it says on the program that it will start at 1700, it'll probably start at 1830 because it's on Berlin time. How many people believe a word I'm saying? I will tell you the truth. The reason is that the people who put this convention on are German. Now wait a moment. Last year, I run the auction, the art auction. I do that. I get up and I make noise with my face and you give me money. I wanted it to start on time, at 12. And I swore, it will start on time. And I went in there at 12, and I said, it's time, let's begin. And from the sound booth in the back I heard, we cannot start, the sound is not perfect. So that's why things start late. It's because of carrots. They never need to be perfect. You should learn to accept, like Americans do. What else should we talk about? Oh, yes. I'm a scientist. And when a scientist runs out of things to say, he always says the same thing. Are there any questions? Are there? Well, there must be. What? Props.
Things like this.
Ah! Don't do that to an American. I'm going to let Dari handle that.
Don't do that anywhere.
Yeah, wait. Here, talk.
Who gave you that?
I show it to you. Yeah.
I mean the green thing. Who gave you that? Okay, when was that? Yeah, about. Somebody needs a new job. It's
You got to give it back to him.
Yeah. The green.
Hold this up so people can see the green.
Green mark on the back is actually the sign that this weapon has been approved by security. This is a fault in this case. The problem is the weapon laws over here, especially in Berlin, are extremely strict. Anything that resembles a weapon too much so that you could confuse it with a real weapon on a distance is absolutely forbidden in public. The police will shoot you. So it's not that we want costumes to look like shit. We can allow a lot, but please, we have to adhere to the law. So
Yes, yes. So you can have the prop, but keep it in your pants. Pocket. Pants pocket. Just hide. It's exactly like. Very good question. Thank you for bringing that up. You see, I don't have to worry about that because I just said no fucking weapons, okay? After the. Any other questions? There must be other questions. It's your first con. This is your chance. I see a hand.
Okay, where can I buy a badge?
Oh, he needs a badge.
I left it all at home.
He needs a badge. Oh, you mean a con badge or
no,
a character
a drawing.
badge? What?
Drawing like badge.
Oh,
the name.
there are two kinds of badges. There's the convention badge, which says, "Hello, I am a member
Yes.
of the convention," and then there is there is the stand up. Can I have a real Dutch
Yes,
person
that
up
one.
here, please? There you are. There is the. Oh, there you go. Yeah. There's the. We call this the character badge. I think they know about that guy. That is the badge that is your character. It says, "Hi, this is me." You can have that made in the dealer's room. And all you have to do is go to the dealer's room, find your favorite artist, stand off to the side, and say, "Would you make a badge for me?" And some will say yes, some will say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy." Gideon will make a badge for you for €1, but it will be a €1 badge. Yes. Is there any place else where people can buy and sell things, or only in the dealer's room?
it's actually only in dealers, nowhere else.
So, if someone is sitting in the lobby and they are selling something, find one of these people and just quietly say, "Psst, keep that there."
NSB.
Because there are some people who, for whatever reason, should not be selling things, and perhaps they're selling in the lobby because someone told them, "No, you cannot sell here." Keep that in mind. You know, in America, we have the saying, "It just fell off the truck, that's why I'm selling it." Other questions? Again, oh yes.
Considering this is the first time in Berlin, is there any media involved this time?
Sorry.
Yeah, especially today we have 6 media teams from television and newspapers and radios in the house, so there will be a lot of press running around. But of course they're supervised by us at all times.
And that means something?
At least it means they will not get into any panel rooms or see anything they should.
You see, the reason I ask is, well, you'll have to go to my story hour to find out the full story. But there was 2 years ago when media teams thought, oh, let's introduce them to Uncle Kage. But Uncle Kage had started early that day. We'll talk about that tonight. Any other questions? This is your chance. We are both bubbling fountains of information. Yes, the gentleman with the hat.
Yes.
And loud, I'm old.
Yes, I think we all know that furries has a certain bad stigma on the media. So how should we react if a media person shows up and asks for a comment or a video of us or whatever?
It's very simple. Comment. Let them take video. Don't say stupid things. I do an entire 1-hour talk about dealing with the media. And it boils down to explain it to them like you're trying to explain it to your grandmother. Your grandmother, not mine. There's some things you don't talk about to Oma, right? You know, if Oma comes up and says, oh, what is this furry about? You're not going to take her to Gideon's page right away. Probably, I hope. And of course, the eternal question. If they say, is this all about sex? Which they always ask in the US, but Europeans don't seem to be so hung up about it here. No. Don't let him near the cameras, okay? There's many answers to that question. One of my favorites is, oh, that's pretty sick. I don't want to talk to you anymore. But they hate that. Or, do people have sex in these fursuits? Okay, it is 42 degrees Celsius in this thing. It is heavy. It is hard to move in. It would be like having sex while you're inside your sofa. I didn't say no. Don't try that unless you're a professional comic. But again, that's a very, very involved answer. The simple answer I can give in the time that we have is, again, talk to them, knowing that about 8 million people, including your employer, is going to see it. Just remember that. And your grandma. How do we explain to my... Okay, to my grandmother, it would not have been a problem. No. You've seen my mother? If you've seen my mom, then you know why it would not be a problem to explain to my grandmother. Now, she's gone now, and to her reward, but she probably would have said, eh. Oh. My mother, the little white-haired little old lady in the little scooter going after, she's so frail and she's so innocent. The first year that I was in charge of Anthrocon, I caught her in the art show, in that part of the art show. That part that's over there. If you go to the art show, you will know what I'm talking about. It's that part that we kind of keep separate. I caught her in there, and I tried to throw her out, and she would not be thrown out. And she was looking at the art, and I'm following her. No. No, don't look at that one. And she said these words. Why do they make the penises so small? Any other questions? Yes, yes.
How do your father respond as he heard the story the first time?
We have never discussed it.
As it should be.
There are some things. Okay, there is. She does know it. Anyway. Friend of the family, yes. There is something else that my mother said. I'm going to need to borrow the blue wood here. Hide. Not here. Come. Okay. Remember how we said earlier that never fall in love with a fursuit because you don't know what's inside? I used to have a fursuit. Those of you probably have never seen it because you're new here. It was a character called Chester Ringtail. And it was from Terry Smith's work. Well, Chester is a kind of slinky boy toy ringtail cat. And I had inherited this fursuit from someone who was getting rid of it and said, see if you can find someone who would like to wear it. And I said, yeah? I think I can find some. Chester made his debut at Eurofurence, and I think it was Eurofurence 11 or 12. The first year at the Rainbow. Was it the Rainbow? 13, yeah. The unlucky 13. Was it? Ah, but that was the original Chester. Chester Mark II, Amerikanische Chester, made his debut at EF13. And as I said, Chester is a kind of slinky, yeah. Well, Chester came out of the lift. He was going to go downstairs and walk around, and he bumped almost physically into a tiny white-haired little old lady. And she said, oh, look at you. Oh, my. And then she kind of was doing this, and she stood up on her toes, and she whispered into Chester's ear, sind Sie Deutscher? And Chester said, ah, ich bin dein Sohn. And she said, oh dear. We had never talked about it. Never develop a crush on a fursuit. Of course, this one I already have a crush on. But he's getting blue all over my white leg. Yeah, he is. Okay, yes, I have a blue shirt. All right. Other questions? Yes.
I know you drink a lot of wine, and we spoke about the rules about not drinking too much. Are you allowed to take him to his room when he drinks too much?
I wish you would.
We do it often. But he struggles.
It's no fun if you don't struggle. Other questions? Ones that you want to know the answer to? Yes, I see a hand.
Always thinking about this. Why your persona is a cockroach?
You were asking a personal question to me. Why is my persona a cockroach? I could tell you, but this panel is not about me. This is
Okay.
very good. Later on, if I have sufficient incentive, I will tell you that story. Just saying. But hold that thought for later.
Okay.
Other questions? For those of you, this is your first time, this is your opportunity. We have the information, something you want to know, something you're curious about. We can tell you. And it's better to hear it from us than somebody else. I see another hand back here.
What was it with being electrocuted in the showers? From
Electrocuted? Oh, not electrocuted in the showers. You get electrocuted just by going to the convention. That was EF9 in Samopsa. in the Czech Republic. I coined the phrase Czechnology. My apologies to any of our friends from the Czech Republic here. Yeah. The person to ask that question is Cheetah. Because Cheetah discovered that electricians in the Czech Republic sometimes forget to create a grounded circuit. But ask Cheetah, that's his story. Ask Cheetah, that's his story. Other question, how much time do we have? Someone should look at the schedule and see how long this should last. No, because there is another presentation going on here, specifically the erotic cupcake hour. I'm leaving before that because I don't know what it's about, but it doesn't sound wholesome. Oh, a super sponsor, so we have to leave. So why are we presenting the super sponsors with erotic cupcakes? Okay, I take the question back because I don't want the answer. But we should finish here shortly. Any other questions? People are getting bored and then leaving. I thought I saw back there Sarduan for a moment. Was I imagining things? I think I was, yes. Wishful thinking. Again, you must see his performance tonight. He is fantastic. Yes, I have a question. Oh boy. Someone will have to translate. Okay, and can I have a translation? Yes? No, that was during the administration of George Bush. We don't do that anymore. But yes. Sure, on what? A message from telephone. Do you want me to say it or do you want to say it? Okay. I don't know if anyone is familiar with, you should be familiar with telephone, one of the most amazing fursuits. She is an angel dragon, and I've just been informed that there are 4 angel dragons that have been dispatched here who are apparently hunting after my soul. You're out of luck. Because you're going to have to buy it back from the Anthrocon Board of Directors. Probably give this room back because it will take time to reset and everything. So I want everyone for whom this is your first furry convention to have a good time, to enjoy it, and to stay safe. Thank you very much.
Ja.